Good morning. It's actually probably closer to afternoon. It is day 14 of harvest, June 26th. We had quite a large rainstorm last night. As you saw from the video, it was almost like a hurricane outside. Jim's enjoying his rain day.
It's funny, you know, I really feel that I can get down to this now. Don't you have any curiosity about that?
Feels good to take a break, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As long as it's not weeks.
Needed a day, but I don't know about 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever's going to happen.
How much rain do you think we had last night here or at the field?
But unfortunately, mankind is not privileged to find out about it yet.
I think there was more here in town than at the field. There might have been 1.5 inches out of the farm, 2.5 here.
So I have some time off. I'm headed to Great Bend for a Wi-Fi device that will hopefully help me with the situation of getting my videos uploaded to YouTube in a timely manner. I have been waiting for days for day number 10 to upload, and every time it gets close, something happens and I have to start all over again, and it's frustrating as heck. So I'm hoping this will make a change for the better. Of course, when I'm in Great Bend, you got to get a Brahms cherry limeade, preferably hamburger french fries and cherry limeade, but I don't need lunch. I just need a cherry limeade. Verizon store was pretty full, but didn't take very long to get through. So now I'm gonna get my cherry limeade and head back to the trailer house. So I took a detour from Great Bend and I'm now headed to Alden, Kansas. I have been told by a follower of our YouTube channel, I'm thinking, and also our Facebook page, that when I'm in the Chase, Kansas area, I really need to stop and visit the store in Alden, and I believe it's called Prairie Fabrics and Flowers or something like that. I'm gonna find out for sure here really quick. Anyways, his wife is the manager of the co-op in Chase, but it's his mother who owns the store. So I'm really anxious to see what it is because it sounds wonderful. I love sewing and I love material, and my excuse is Nora needs a new apron. So this might be where I find the material that I need to make her a new apron with. I left Jim at the trailer house. I'm sure he's taking a nap. Prairie Flower and Crafts. Oh, I think I was supposed to turn there. I'll go around the block. Well, this is definitely not a very large town. Post office. And I'm gonna guess this is it. Yes, it is. And it looks like it's gonna be fun. Gosh. Rooms and rooms of fabric. Woohoo! So I finally got notification that my day 10 video finally uploaded to YouTube. I cannot believe what a struggle it has been for the past 4 days trying to get that uploaded. And thank goodness for the rain day for several reasons. Number one, we got to rest, which we both needed. Number two, it enabled me to run to Great Bend to get what I need to have in the trailer house, which is a Wi-Fi device, because trying to rely on service otherwise was just not cutting it. And number three, Jim was able to get work done on the combine, so that was one less concern that he had to think about. Oh, and tires lined up for the combine trailer. So it was a productive couple of days off, which we both needed. Tonight we're having pizza for supper. It's not completely homemade because the pizza crust is just the package, but yeah, that's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We'll see you tomorrow. See ya. So it's not morning, but it's afternoon on the 15th day of harvest, also June 27th. It's Sunday. We decided to take some time today and go check out some of the history in the area. Santa Fe Trail Historic Site, Cow Creek Crossing. The wheat field that you see in the background is one that we'll cut. And apparently sometimes I've been told you can find arrowheads yet from this 5 days of Indian siege to the trading post. This is where the trading post used to be. The well right there is permanently closed off. But it's kind of some interesting history for the area. West of Chase, and we're at the Santa Fe Trail, Ralph's Ruts, where it looks like we could maybe walk down and take a look at what the ruts look like. This sign says, "The swales you see before you are physical marks on the land from thousands of wagon trains, and they are some of the best preserved in the nation." I think over in the area where Jim is where the actual trail is. It's cut deep, it's cut deeper into the prairie. Without anybody telling me, I believe that this right here that I'm standing in is the Santa Fe Trail. I don't know what he's doing down there. Don't you think that probably is the ruts? Right,
well, it's really hard to tell. I mean, you know.
And I bet.
Did it come down across there?
I bet that's it right there.
Across there and up.
then up through there, and they say that you can see it across the highway up there by the dually.
Had this nothing but a frickin' sand bog, which that very well might have been. How many wagons went through here in the course of what, 30, 40 years? What did it say?
Did it say how many wagons? I know that these ruts are like 6 to 8 wagons wide, it said. How many wagons? It doesn't say here how many. Okay, so that's the ruts that we were standing in on that side of the highway. And then you cross the highway, and I am standing right in the middle of more ruts. See the indentation right there? And that leads west. Okay, so that indentation right there in the ground is called Gunsight Notch, and according to the pamphlet it says that several trail ruts converged across this ridge. Almost 60 years of trail travel wore a wide notch in this ridge, giving it its name. So that's Gunsight Notch. Last marker is the plum buttes, named for the plum bushes that were growing around 3 tall sand dunes right here. And well, there used to be, apparently. And east of here is where the Plum Buttes massacre occurred. Now what?
Back to the highway.
Well, thanks for taking me on my historical trip. Grandma would have been proud of you. I'm trying to end the day by completing some things that I need to have done. And you know, you really just don't realize what you have until you don't have it. So I'm in the dually in front of the celebration center, attempting to connect my computer to my printer so I can make some mailing labels. And the YouTube video uploads are like so slow. And I bought a Verizon MiFi yesterday and used up all the data in 2 videos. So I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do. I don't know what's going on. But here's what my office looks like this evening. Printer over there, computer, scale, and the things that I need to mail on the dashboard in front of the office. Doing whatever it takes, and hopefully it will work. And this ends the 3rd day of our rain delay. Hi all, I wanted to give you an update. It is the afternoon of June 28th. It is day 16 of harvest, and it is day number 4 of our raincation. I made reference to a raincation quite a few years ago because at the time staycation was popular. And so when we get into the day after day being away from the field due to rain, it becomes raincation for Jim and I. If you remember back on day, let's see, 15, 14, day 12. It was our last day of cutting before the rains. I made mention that it would be nice to have a day off, but we didn't need multiple days. But as I walked over here to this beautiful gazebo, I noticed that the sky to the southwest is really dark blue. So I'm hoping that we don't get more rain, although I know it's in the forecast. The concern for me is that, number one, the field conditions are going to be poor due to mud, which we'll see about being able to use four-wheel drive. And also the quality of the wheat goes down with every rain. So that makes it tough. It goes from beautiful 62, 63 pound wheat to who knows what. We'll see, I guess, once we get back in the field. Late morning, Jim got a phone call from the tire guy in Great Bend, and he was able to take the peat and the combine trailer to the tire place. I don't know for sure where he was going, but he was headed that way to get tires put on the combine trailer and the Peterbilt. He decided after the blowout that we had at Ellsworth and the comment that was made from the person who helped us out that he did in fact need to invest in some new tires being on the road, hauling the combine. He opted to wait for new tires on the grain trailer, so let's keep our fingers crossed and that he doesn't regret not putting tires on that as well. He's looking at thousands of dollars. You know, it's just kind of like the fuel. What do? You just got to do it. You got to do it, or if you have a blowout and it causes more problems down the road, then you're going to be wishing that you had if you didn't. So I encouraged him just to do it. That'll be one less concern for him on the road, not having to think about or worry about if a tire is going to blow while we're driving to our next stop.
Well, I've been here all morning, spending some money here, kind of getting caught up on some tires that I've been neglecting. I'm at Eagle Tire and Ag Tires in Great Bend, Kansas. You guys have done a good job with me this morning. We got Corky here doing a bang up job. And I'm pretty impressed when we've got the boss man himself doing it too. That's Charlie. You're doing a good job for me. So just a shout out to these guys. If you're in the Great Bend area, give them a chance, give them a shot at your business. There's some good guys.
How about an update on Montana? Well, Jim talked to one of our best friends up there, and it's not looking good. He said, to put it into perspective, the ground that our friend typically does some haying on generates 2,000 to 3,000 bales. 2,000 to 3,000 bales of hay, and he's hoping to get 60. I said 60. So it's not going to be a really good season for not only the farmers, but also the ranchers, who are going to probably have to deal with getting rid of their cattle, trying to figure out how to feed their cattle if they keep them. Pretty bleak year for agriculture. Update on what we're doing is we're sitting. We're doing whatever we can to stay busy. It went from crazy busy to not having enough time to do everything that needed to be done to now too much time on our hands. So as I said before, it's either feast or famine. And that cardinal is so happy. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me over him. So while I sit here and wait for Jim, it's well into the afternoon, and I think I am going to go treat myself to happy hour at Sonic. I think a cherry limeade is in order. So our day of rest goes to days of rest. Keep you posted, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. morning. Today is day 16. It's June 29th, and it's also day number 5 of our raincation. So a little bit of an update. Today's temperatures and weather is not anything that looks to me like we're going to be back in the field yet, even today. The humidity is at like 95, 96%. The temperatures are really tolerable for humans. It's only 75 degrees. So unless the sun comes out through all these clouds and a strong dry wind comes through to dry up the moisture in both the air and the grain, I don't think we'll be in the field yet today. Jim said earlier, he was telling Howard Hale that there was some sampling taking place yesterday afternoon, and it was still 16 to 18%.
Jim Zeorian is a Nebraska custom harvester. He and Tracy are working east of Great Bend, Kansas. What's the weather got you held up?
Yeah, we had a pretty good shower last Thursday and into Friday, and haven't had much since, but we can't get any heat or sunshine.
What you've been able to harvest, how's it turning out?
What we did harvest so far here has been really good. You know, 50s and 60s, and probably even some fields in the 70s. Been a nice crop so far.
No disease or insect problems then in that crop?
Well, I can't answer that for sure, Howard, but I have not been aware of it.
How's the test weight on it?
It was good. It was around 62 to 63.
If this humidity go down and the sun had come out, otherwise the harvest conditions not too bad?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was good and dry before this event, and I suppose after we'll get back in the field here soon. I hope there'll probably be some mud holes, but they were really dry here, so the rain soaked up pretty good.
How's the other crops looking in that area?
They're coming along nicely with there's been, you know, anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches locally in the last few days, so that'll sure help the fall crops.
Hey, thanks a lot, Jim. Really appreciate your help.
You betcha, Howard.
You have a good day. God bless.
Thank you.
So what's happening is exactly what we had hoped wouldn't happen. We needed a day off, but we didn't need an entire week off. But what do? Can't change this, so you make the best of it. We're headed to Great Bend today to do a couple of errands. Looks like more rain on the horizon, which is good for the corn. Not good for the Wheaties. Wheaties. That's a funny story I'll have to share sometime. I've been waiting a long time for this. The same store we were in when that big storm hit last year. Six days ago, I stopped at this very same cornfield and took a video of what it looked like and how it was in a state of dire need of a drink. And I think it has grown about 2 feet since I took that picture. And look at how much healthier it is. The leaves are not rolled up. It's all standing very nice, tall, and it's so much happier than it was. So it's enjoying these clouds and the drink that it got. I know someone mentioned in a comment a while back about wondering if the farmer would plant soybeans in the wheat stubble. And apparently that's his plan. I didn't know that until now. So they're getting their planter ready now to do that. And there sits the beast, waiting to go back to work. What I'm showing you right now is the salt mine just south of Lyons, Kansas. I don't know anything about it. Lyons Salt Company. Got a line of trucks.
Lainey, should we go see Grandma and Papa? Yeah.
Look who surprised us today! Ladybug! Hi, big girl!
Why are you
And Taylor!
Oh! Are you so happy? Using.
Hey, you! Come see me!
Go see Grandma. Go get her.
Come
Go give her a
see
big
me.
hug. Go give her a big hug.
What do you have? What do you have? You have a nanny?
See the white rabbit? I don't see the white rabbit. When Alice landed, the white rabbit was just disappearing through the small door. Oh, there. Do you see the rabbit? Do you see that white rabbit?
Hey, Jim and I really hope that you enjoyed today's daily update. If you did, why don't you give it a thumbs up for us? We'd like to know that. And be sure to hit the subscription button and the bell notification so that you know when the next video is up and ready to watch. Thank you, and we're so glad you're along with us for the journey.